This is a new wood stove called the Quad3. It is much better than cooking over 3 stones. Here is a comparison of boiling water with the Quad3 stove compared to cooking over 3 stones. You'll notice that this new stove produces a lot less smoke. When the wood has finished burning, it leaves behind charcoal, which can be used for cooking in another stove or saved for later. Best of all, the Quad3 can cut your wood use by more than half. Here's how much wood you'd use for a regular stove, and here's how much wood you'd use for the same amount of cooking on the Quad3 stove. The stove was designed by Americans for use in Africa. It has different parts than other cooking stoves. The pot holder on top is removable. That gives you access to the big empty spot in the middle where you place the wood. At the bottom is a moving piece that controls how much air gets in. Make the hole smaller to turn the flames lower. Open it all the way to make the stove hotter. The first step in using the stove is to load it with fuel. That is usually wood, but you can also use compressed sawdust or even maize cobs that would otherwise be thrown away. Just make sure that the fuel is dry. If you are using wood, it can't be too thick. This is the right thickness for the wood. You must fill the stove so that there are no spaces between the pieces of wood. The wood must be the right length. When you place the pieces in the stove, they should come up to exactly this height. Make sure that the vent is open all the way before lighting the stove. Then place paper or other dry items that burn easily. Unlike traditional stoves, this one is lit at the top and the fire slowly burns downwards. When you see the wood start to catch fire, put on the top. Now put on your pot and start cooking. You can lower the flame by partly closing the air vent at the bottom. The stove burns by itself, so you can do other work while it cooks. To extinguish the fire, you have to blow on it. Then to start the fire again, drop in another match and blow again. When all the wood has burned out, there will still be a lot of charcoal left. Remove it quickly to avoid weakening the bottom of the stove. You can put the charcoal into another stove and continue cooking, or snuff out the embers to sell it or to use it later. That's how the stove works. You'll cook faster and save lots of money with the Quad3 stove.